Alright guys, today I want to talk about mind control, how to control your mind. I'm not going to try and control it, you control it yourself. Pretty funny the answer to this one here, which is why I haven't written it up yet. But one of the greatest ways in which you can control your mind, your perspective, shift who it is you think you are, who it is you can become. One of the biggest principles is energy, and having that higher level of energy and frequency, vibration, whatever you want to call it, moving it out there in the world. But the best way to achieve that isn't through the mind at all. It's physical, through the body, through your body, how you nourish your body. So movement, very important, and well, I was going to say food, nutrition, but movement. Now, movement, not just exercise, but how you carry yourself. It's so important. That's what I want to talk to you about today quickly. Posture. Huge, huge. The key things that will affect you are your pec minor, traps, trops, hips, and ankles. I hope that's coming up on the video there. The two big ones, collectively that's your thoracic, where the most mass is in your body, for most of us, relative to what grounds us, our feet, compared to or under the relentlessness of gravity that's always on us. That will heavily dictate your position, your body, how you think and feel. Huge, 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 huge. So when your thoracic's tight and you're rounded quite forward at the neck, head, your traps get tight, your pec minors, which attaches this shitty little muscle on your ribs here to the front of your shoulder blade, which can pull you in and forward. We need to really work on that because that's hugely important, because this will affect your neural pathway. That's why I get chiro. I get chiro every couple of weeks. I used to get every week, just get pretty busy, but every 2 to 3 weeks is great to realign the spine, charge the power, charge your nervous system, get everything going. Getting that aligned will affect how you think and feel about yourself. Having that posture, that position, how you carry yourself, how you stand, then your hips and your ankles, what grounds us, how to move properly, getting movement through your ankles, not just exercise. Exercise is important, but literally, this is a big one. This will affect your mind. It all works, it all connects together. So how you can carry yourself through your ankles, well then, I used to strap my ankles all the time for footy and had groin straps. No wonder my knee got blown out. No one taught me that, no one helped me that. Help me understand the stability, mobility, stability, mobility, stability. Like you've got lower back issues because somewhere along the ankles or hips along that chain, instead of being mobile, see the knees come up, they're stiff, which means the lower back, which is supposed to be stable, is now stable, but also demand to be mobile in anything you're doing. And then above that, your thoracic's tight as well. Then it's getting nailed, double whammy. Your lower back and part of your spine there is trying to do so much more because this top half is just like a rock. You're like that 90-year-old grandmother who's, sorry, stereotype, there's 90-year-old nans watching this. You may still have a chance, but good example. Thank you for sharing your life and your story and showing us what we shouldn't do. But it's absolutely true, guys. A lot of people like that. I'm not just bagging them out. My nan's got great posture. She's quite a tall lady, actually. But understanding that this plays a huge role in how you're going to affect other areas of your body. And when your body starts to break down, like how are you going to think about yourself? What are your energy levels going to be like? What's your focus going to be like? What are you going to be thinking about? It's going to be taken away from the other things you can do, the great things you can do in your life, to how you're literally feeling about your body physically, not just how it looks. That's a huge one. You want good mind control? Fix your posture. Stand up straight. Pull your head in. All the things our grandparents used to say to us, although some of them didn't adopt it as they got older, obviously. But gravity doesn't stop. It's relentless. If you're 10 degrees off, bowling ball, 10 pounds roughly our head weighs, a couple of degrees forward, over a collective of 12 to 16 hours a day. And that's brutal. Thousands of days. You can see why people just fall apart one day. The body can be quite resilient, but we've all got a breaking point. So your pec minor, your traps, freeing that up, freeing up the hips and glutes. Okay, you don't have tight glutes. You've got tight hip mechanics that need to be released, because to actually have tight glutes would be to have overactive glutes, which means you'd have your leg up like that all day. You're not. You're rounded and curved. More often than not, it's your psoas that's cutting into your hips and it's pulling you down. Again, if you have any issues with this, let me know, guys. I'll do a separate video on it. But fixing your posture and moving your body. Movement is key, especially if you've got a sit-down job. Regardless of what job you have, even as a coach or trainer, I don't do as many classes as I used to, but being active all the time, and then when I'm sitting, being aware of what I'm doing. That doesn't mean that I'll live life as a stiff. The best performers in the world, gymnasts, ballet dancers and Olympic lifters, they all do things like Jefferson curls and all sorts of different crazy end range movements. Best performers and movers in the world. But it's about more often than not, more frequently than not, in your stationary or positions where you're not really doing that much, sedentary, what position or posture you're holding yourself. Not the 1 hour a day you're training, which is important, but the 8 to 12 hours of the day where you're in a position that's not serving you to be better. And nourishing the body. So important. Don't live on rabbit food. Don't live on shakes. Yes, supplements absolutely serve a role in our life, like fruit and veg isn't what it used to be these days. It's hard to nourish the body, different stresses of life. I'm not saying you should cut that out, but it should be something that supplements and complements your lifestyle. Something that raises up that extra part of you that can be greater through eating good wholesome foods and nourishing the body. Whether you do intermittent fasting, whatever it is that you want to do, make sure that there's always purpose. Ask yourself the question, what is the purpose? What is the point of doing this? When you do that, you'll have a lot more clarity. When you do it right, you'll have a lot more energy. When you do it right, you'll be feeding the microbiome of the gut, which is what we host. 10 trillion, roughly, there's probably more, who knows, but we're playing host to 10 times the organisms of what our own cellular makeup is. That's what we need to be, good hosts, right? And look after those in which we are hosting. Through food, through nourishing the body posture, neuromuscular system, spinal alignment as well, and make sure that we're charging the brain the right way. That is one of the greatest and fastest ways to mind control, to controlling your mind. That and perspective, I'm massive on that. Perception creates reality. That's what I dive into all the time, obviously, and hopefully that's coming through clearly. But we are human beings. We're having a human experience, so let's get down to the nuts and bolts of it all and get into the crux of what makes us who we are at a primal level, which is nourishing the body, holding the body the right way, keeping everything connected, neuromuscular system, nervous system, everything's all aligned, skeletal, and making sure that we're on track, being good hosts and looking after ourselves, because life is energy. How much energy do you have? How much do you have to give to yourself and to loved ones around you? It's so important to understand that. The loved ones around you need you. They need that. They need to learn that from you as well. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoy this. I'll meet you with something else soon. Cheers.